Aviom is the standard of the industry when it comes to personal monitor mixers. Nobody has sold more systems, nobody has done more systems, and nobody has done more to advance the state-of-the-art of personal monitor systems than Aviom. A lot of you have purchased full Aviom systems but have been waiting for the next one to come out. Well, it's out, the A360. And the A360 is much more advanced than anything Aviom has ever had before. This is a full digital signal processing system with 36 inputs. It's got a 36 input mix engine inside of it. It's got reverb, it's got pan control, it's got the ability to recall scenes, and the most exciting thing is that you can run 64 channels now. You can pull almost every channel off of your board and assign it to this A360. So you're not just limited to the 16. Now you're limited to 16 here, but you can also do 16 in stereo. So let me show you a little bit about that. The A360 is completely compatible with your existing Aviom system. You can see that it has the 16 buttons just like you're familiar with. So these 16 channels, you select them simply by pressing the button here. A nice designation strip here that can be printed out so it's easy to read. But you can add A360 systems to your existing Aviom system, and you'll be able to plug them right in and away you go. So that's what's fabulous. You don't have to replace everything, you can just add this on. But if you do upgrade your distribution system, that is the AN16i or the Yamaha card, to add additional channels on your network, then you can run 16 channels in stereo, and each one of these can come in stereo. Then you use the pan control. So the pan control here will pan to left or right, just like that, left and right. But the exciting thing that they have that nobody else has come out with is pan spread. I simply press the pan spread button down, and I go ahead and I have a stereo mix now. The stereo channels are coming in on left and right like they normally do. But I can go ahead and change that so that the width of the stereo image is now from center to right. So I can place the stereo image from center to right, or conversely I can pan it across so it's in the middle or on the left-hand side. I have listened to the pan spread, and it is tremendous because it allows you to take the stereo instrument and move it so that it's not just hard left and hard right or just mono in the center, but I can stack the drums over to the left but still hear them in stereo. I can stack the piano to the right and still hear it in stereo and have depth and dimension to it, but I can position it within the mix so I can clearly hear the lead vocal and other instruments across the stereo mix. So this is a huge advancement for handling stereo signals. And so the 16 channels all coming in stereo with the pan spread is a great way to go. Now also you have 4 instant mix recalls, so I can set this up with my different channels here, with my pan spread, with levels, with reverb, and go ahead and save that to the B, C, D, or the A banks and then instantly recall them. There's a reverb control, plus or minus, on each of the channels, and there's a tone control. If I move this over to the right, I increase the treble. If I move it over to the left, then I increase the bass, and it helps you so that your in-ear monitors can pick up the tonality of the inputs better. That's on every input. And there's a tone control, bass and treble on the output for your in-ear monitors. You also have a mix out control here and a master volume, so you've got the 2 separate controls. You have a built-in ambient mic you can see right here, and the ambient microphone you can turn on or off. If you go ahead and hold that, now I can adjust the level of it. And if you want to, remember I said there were 36 microphones, 36 inputs on here. These are the 16 plus another 16 for stereo. I have a dual channel me, so I can have a local input or I can assign another input for just me. So I can instantly grab that and then I can A/B select between those. Or I can assign another input even to the ambient microphone input if I don't want an ambient microphone. Say I want to use microphones on stands out in front of the stage for my ambient microphones, you can assign those there. Let's take a look at the back side. This is pretty exciting in that now they've included the balanced line out. You've got the separate stereo mix out. You've got your ANET connection here, what's called Pro 16E, because in the future it will handle 64 channels. What you can do now with the new Pro 16E network is access any 64 channels, but you can mix up to 32, as we mentioned, of the 64 channels that are on the A16E, and just with one cable. So it's fully compatible, like I said, with the original Aviom system, but fully expandable to a full 64 channel with 32 plus 4 available to mix on here. The Aviom A360 brand new system, compatible with what you have now, fully expandable, ccisolutions.com, where you always get the best available price.